All right, Matt. We're going to move on to the next topic here. This next topic is the Nintendo Entertainment System Classic Mini.
Yes.
If you have been living under the rock or under a rock for the last couple of weeks and haven't heard of this, I don't know how to say it. Let me just make you excited.
Yes.
If you had any kind of anyway, here we go. So the Classic Mini, it's really time. We're doing this at midnight right now.
Wow.
So the Classic Mini is a smaller version of the Nintendo. It has 30 games built into it. It doesn't take a cartridge. It does have an HDMI out, so you can hook it up to modern day TVs. And it comes with one classic controller, except for it uses Wii ports for the controllers. So you can also plug in your classic controllers from your Wii or Wii U.
Okay.
And use them on there. I didn't know if you knew that.
No, I did not.
It has 2 ports you can buy. I think it's like $60 for the console, and you can pay $10 more for another controller. Or if you already have a Wii controller, you can use that as well.
Gotcha.
So, Matt, how excited about this are you?
Oh, very.
I mean, phenomenal.
Yeah, it's going to bring back the childhood.
Yeah.
I mean,
and this is being released by Nintendo.
Yeah.
It's not like somebody just bought the license to put it out and things like that. So,
right.
I don't know who's manufacturing it or whatever, but it's got Nintendo's stamp of approval all over it.
Yes.
And so we got the list of games here. If you want to look them up, you can look them up online. We probably won't go over all 30 of them, but I've marked off some of my favorites that this has.
Well, I mean, Castlevania.
Yeah. Now it does have Castlevania 1 and 2. You know what? Here, just for the people who haven't seen it, we're going to list them all off. We got Balloon Fight, Bubble Bobble, Castlevania 1 and 2, Donkey Kong Jr., Double Dragon 2, Dr. Mario, Excitebike, Final Fantasy, Galaga, Ghost and Goblins, Gradius, Ice Climbers, Kid Icarus, Kirby's Adventure, Mega Man 2, Metroid, Mario Bros, Ninja Gaiden, Pac-Man, Punch-Out featuring Mr. Dream. So it's not the Mike Tyson's Punch-Out. It's the one they released after they lost the license or whatever. We've got Star Tropics, Super C, Mario Brothers 1, 2, and 3, Tecmo Bowl, Legend of Zelda, and Zelda 2. Pretty cool list of stuff.
Yep.
So anyway, what's your favorites?
Just quickly, the Castlevanias. I don't understand why not the first Double Dragon. Why the second one? Only second.
If I had to guess, it's because the first Double Dragon's multiplayer was bad. Like, I go, I die, you go, you die.
Okay, not playing together.
Yeah, you don't play together. Whereas in the number 2, you play at the same time, fighting on the same screen. It's
Gotcha.
cooperative.
I was actually surprised to see Ghost and Goblins. I used to play that all the time and die constantly, but for some reason, I love that game.
Actually, I kind of forgot that it came out on the Nintendo.
Yeah.
Because I played it so much on the Sega.
Really?
Yeah.
So I played it on the Nintendo. Man, I lost my spot because I just saw one. I never got a chance to really play Metroid, so I'm excited to maybe actually get a chance to play that one through.
Really?
Yeah.
Did you play any of this Metroids?
No.
Man, do
Yeah.
you have a Nintendo Advance or like a little Game Boy Advance?
No.
The one on that was awesome.
Really?
Yeah.
I just remember the guy down the street had it. They owned it, and I'd always just enjoy sitting and watching them play it. And then the Zeldas.
Fair enough. I feel like this system is probably more geared towards somebody like you, where you don't have any Nintendo stuff right now.
Right.
I have a Nintendo with like 60-something games.
So how many of these do you already have?
A lot of them. Like, I've got Bubble Bobble. I've got both Castlevanias, Double Dragon, Dr. Mario, Excitebike, Final Fantasy, Gradius. I think I have Kirby's Adventure. I have Mega Man 2. I have Metroid, Mario, Ninja Gaiden. All three. I have Super Mario 1 and 3.
Now, Star Tropics, I seem to remember my friends playing that on Super Nintendo. Was that a Star Tropics something else?
I think that's Star Tropics 2.
Okay, it was
on the Super Nintendo. It's an RPG. Does that ring a bell?
No, I knew what it was, but
okay.
I just wasn't sure if maybe they re-released it on Super Nintendo.
Well, and I've got both the Legend of Zeldas, 1 and 2. Now, I mean, that's a lot of games for me. So it kind of makes this kind of in the territory of why am I buying it?
Right.
Because it's not upgradable. You can't put more games on it.
Mm-hmm.
But it is really convenient. I mean, you can carry that thing around and just, I mean, it's really small apparently. It's not the size of the original Nintendo. I mean, this thing would probably fit in both your hands, put out palm face up.
That's the picture I saw.
Yeah, it's really small. Now, you know what's missing from this, Matt? I made a list of games that's missing from this.
Did you?
1, Contra.
Yeah. And
they
instead
put
of the
Super
second
C.
one?
They put Super C, but why not Contra? There's no Dragon Warrior, which I feel like Final Fantasy probably just took the spot of the RPG, medieval RPG. Legendary Wings would have been amazing for this. I don't know if you ever played Legendary
No, I never
Wings.
played that one.
I'm going to assume it's probably not as popular. I don't really know, but it's a very good co-op, like side-scrolling shooter game, but you're like these guys with wings. It's kind of, I don't know if it's mythological or whatever, but I don't know. River City Ransom would have been because I don't own that.
Right.
If River City Ransom was on this, it would have been an instant buy because you can't even buy a copy of River City Ransom for $60. I don't think. I mean, or maybe it's around that price.
Right.
I thought it was closer to 80 or 100, but Bionic Commando.
Not ringing a bell on that one.
Wow, really? The guy with the grappling hook arm, he would swing around and stuff.
I don't think I ever played that.
Man, you know one I didn't list on here is Metal Gear. I'm actually surprised that's not on there. I guess maybe that's not as big of an audience though.
No. You know, I never heard of Metal Gear until Metal Gear Solid came out. So
fair enough. That makes sense then. Well, the next two though, what Battletoads? That's probably just a licensing thing, maybe.
Right.
A Boy and His Blob.
Yeah.
I have that. I actually found that at Goodwill not too long ago.
Really?
For $3.
$3.
Paperboy.
Oh, Paperboy. Yeah.
What?
Watch out for that Grim Reaper.
Actually, probably out of all these, that should have been I feel like that would have been on top of the why isn't it on here list.
Yeah.
And a lot of these are probably just licensing, I guess.
Right.
I don't really know. I don't know. I can't remember if what Nintendo came out with or, a lot of these are third party titles.
Man, I used to love Paperboy.
Yeah.
That game was fun.
Blaster Master, which that's amazing. I don't know if that game really is popular as
I used to play it a lot.
it was good.
Yeah.
RC Pro-Am.
Yep.
Yeah, I bet you're missing that because that was in your top 5.
That was on one of my top 5s.
Castlevania 3. Like, look, I like Castlevania. We'll come back to my favorites on here, but Castlevania is not one of them. Like, I feel like the original Castlevania was way too slow.
It is slow.
It's boorish.
Right.
Tetris.
I
I was kind of confused by that.
It's
even
not
though
on here, is it? I thought it was.
You could get Tetris on like everything, like on your watch.
Right.
On your TI 83 calculator or whatever.
Right.
So maybe that's why they decided not to do that. But anyway, Top Gun. Yeah. I mean, I guess we could go on for days. There's only 2 more that I wrote down though. Skate or Die and Spy Hunter.
Skate or Die.
Yeah.
Oh.
Because if you look, there's not really that many sports games. I mean, you got like Excite Bike, which is a racing game.
Punch Out.
Punch Out and Tecmo Bowl.
Tecmo Bowl's garbage.
Super Tecmo Bowl.
Super Tecmo Bowl was a lot of fun.
Oh, yeah. I wonder why they didn't do that.
Tecmo Bowl is garbage.
Boom.
If I had to guess, I mean, I don't know, but it probably, there's a lot of stats that comes with Super Tecmo Bowl.
Yeah.
So I don't know if that would.
Oh, maybe it was, they tried to put, but they put Final Fantasy in here.
Well, I mean, either way, I'm sure if it's on here, it can support the memory. I want to know, is there a way to take a cartridge out and blow into it and then put it back in?
That was the worst thing you could do for a video.
To get it to work. It worked every time I did it, though.
It was superstitious is what it was. Let me explain what happened. You blow into a game, little spit lava stuff flies off in the game, and it oxidizes the chips. It makes it worse in the future. That's why so many Nintendo games suck now.
Actually, what worked better for me was
cleaning it properly.
No, not cleaning it. For some reason, I could put my cartridge in and then pull it back as far as it would go,
and barely crush it down,
and then push it down. That's actually what worked the best.
Really, what it was is it was bad hardware. Like the readers on the actual hardware of the Nintendo was not very good.
Right.
They improved that with the top loader, which is the one I have,
Mm-hmm.
and you almost never have to do any of that. You could take the same cartridge, put it in the normal Nintendo, and you have to do all that voodoo magic.
Right.
So I feel like it's just the hardware was bad. It was bad back then. It's worse now because they're so worn down.
Right.
Anyway, my top 5 on this, obviously Final Fantasy. We've got Metroid, Ninja Gaiden, Castlevania, and Bubble Bobble. Because Bubble Bobble was so fun.
Yeah.
It really, you know what? Now that I'm looking at this, there's a lot of 2-player games, isn't there? Hold on, let's see. Bubble Bobble. Well, maybe it's not as many. Double Dragon. You got Dr. Mario. Maybe Gradius. It would have been cool if it was Life Force instead.
Yeah.
But maybe Gradius just did better. Anyway, I'm looking forward to this. I think that they're gonna this is gonna kill it. So I think November 11th.
I guess I haven't heard of. Oh, well, it says right there, November 11th.
Yeah.
For $59.99.
Oh, way to go, Christmas special. I mean, it's gonna be great. So it would have been cool if it had normal controller ports. Oh, you know what? I don't think I guess it makes sense why they didn't put Duck Hunt on here. Because, I mean, you're plugging this thing in HDMI into an LCD screen. It doesn't have the same.
Yeah, I guess you can't shoot that gun, the light gun.
Yeah, the light gun wouldn't work. It would be cool, though, if it was able to take peripherals.
What if it came with a power pad?
Tracking. Yeah, I don't. Anyway, you know what? I'll probably just buy this thing anyway. Just because I'm a collector like that.
Right.